Good evening, Lake Orion. I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well as well. And I am, between Taorminas.
Well, Lake Orion, hello. I'm your real host. I'm Ian Witherspoon. And the boys here they are. They're here, believe me. There they are. Yeah. How you guys doing?
Tired.
Tired?
Yeah.
You're always tired. You need to go to bed a little earlier, my man. Jeez Louises. How are you doing? You all right, though?
I'm doing good. When you're talking to your mentees as late as I do, you can usually survive on sleep.
Okay, well, caring for the community.
Trying to.
Good. Well, boys, you ready to talk a little sports? It's been an interesting week around here on Between Taorminas Life. You know?
Yeah.
A little controversy set in. That's fine.
Yeah. I'm still not happy about it.
Well, can't always be happy. So, well, let's get down to it. Let's get down to the sports. Maybe that will soothe some pains, huh? You want to talk Tigers?
We have to.
We have to talk Tigers. There's a lot of good playoff action going on in the NHL. The NBA, they're getting there. They're getting there. Yeah. I really don't know what else we're going to talk about, but we'll figure that out in the break, I guess. Let's start with the Tigers.
Suspension,
The VIlma suing Goodell.
Yep.
We'll hit that.
That'll be fun.
Sure, we'll hit that.
That'll be fun.
Let's start with the Tigers, though.
Well, they're in trouble.
They're in trouble. They're not in trouble.
They had 24 games back in Cleveland. I mean, they just got swept by one of the worst teams in baseball.
The worst.
The worst team in baseball.
At home.
At home, and it's the Minnesota Twinkies.
Yeah.
If you look at it with this suspension, the panic meter, I think I said it was a 6 last week. It's gone to an 8 this week.
An 8?
An 8?
Where are you at? You were at, what, 4?
I was at 4 last week. I'm still going with the 4 because there's no reason to panic. The Tigers are still in the race. They just got to get their act together. They got to find some offense, and their pitching's been atrocious. Valverde with his my aching back.
Their bullpen, their starters, aside from Porcello, Scherzer a little bit, but their bullpen's been the real issue,
problem,
right? Right?
I mean, look at their offense. They keep leaving runners in scoring position. That's been the problem for the Tigers this whole losing streak. I mean, they can't get the guy at the plate, to the home plate. And let's look at their defense. 6 errors against the Twins.
2 games.
In 2 games?
Yeah.
I mean, their defense is what we thought they were.
Well, they started out okay. Their defense started out all right. There's going to be bumps in the road, boys.
I
What are we,
do
a
wonder,
fourth of the way through the year?
I do wonder how much the departure of Brandon Inge will affect the Tigers.
Oh, God. Here we go. Here we go.
And I'm going to,
heard. Oh, dear. I'm going to puke. Huh?
As we have heard, you heard Rayburn get booed.
Yes.
He got booed at Comerica.
Yes. Happened last year, too.
Yes, but still, I mean, why do you boo your home player?
I agree. If you're at the ballpark, you don't need to boo when a guy strikes out.
If you're not performing, then go to the minor leagues. No. That's what Rayburn should be. I think Rayburn should be traded.
Rayburn's out of options. If he goes to the minor, if he is designated for assignment, another team can pick him up. And you're going to tell me another team would not try to pick him up? Of course they would.
They would, yes.
With his second half record, come on. You got to roll with him.
But Rayburn should not be getting booed.
Rayburn should not be playing every day. Should not be playing every day. He needs to be benched.
What?
Who plays
Who would
instead?
you play?
Santiago?
Yeah, Santiago most likely.
Yeah. I don't know. Just second base. You want to talk.
Second base has been a problem.
Is there a curse of Brandon Inge? No. Is there a curse of Polanco? Yes. Second base has been
I think the big reason why the Tigers have been struggling is because
You think I'm gonna be crazy, but I think that
I already think you're crazy.
Polanco effect is affecting this team because they don't really have a true second baseman.
No, I agree.
You're right. They don't.
He was a great number 2 hitter. You know, he's a great second baseman. Steady
I
as
thought
they
Andy
come.
Dirks has emerged at number 2.
He has. Still early.
It is.
Still
I mean,
early, but he's been doing phenomenal, right?
That's the thing. It's still early. You don't want to panic yet. It's still extremely early in the season.
Yeah.
Because the minute you start panicking, I mean, this isn't Boston. This is not.
This is not New York.
Right. This isn't a situation to where it's like Boston and you're panicking like crazy.
Yeah. After 10
and they
games.
are still over there.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, is there cause for concern right now? A little bit. I mean, it is slowly but surely increasing, but you got to be confident. You got to be confident in the Tigers that they're going to get this done.
Yeah.
Got to be confident in Cabrera and Prince. I mean, also got to be confident in Jim Leland. Like it or not, you know, he's got, you know, he's been through this before. The Tigers have been through this before, and they can bounce back from this.
I agree.
Cleveland. You know, they're up 4 on the Tigers right now. If you really look at it, Cleveland's been here before. I mean, like, do you think they're going to let another second half collapse happen to them again?
Yes.
Yes.
I do think
that because of Cleveland does not have the firepower. You know, they don't have the firepower the Tigers do.
And when you look at the way Cleveland plays the game, they're doing what they have to do. You know what I mean? They're playing the game correctly, you know?
Right now.
But they don't have the big boppers. They don't have the guys that can bust open a game like the Tigers.
Outside of Hafner and Sizemore?
Hafner and Santana.
Yeah,
Sizemore's out,
Santana,
right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but when the Tigers get clicking, like they did last year, they can rattle off a 13-game win streak.
I think they miss Victor Martinez.
They do.
They
sure do.
There's no doubt about it.
They sure do.
Well, a lot of people have been bashing Delman Young because of sending him back to Minnesota. You know what I mean? I mean, like, if you really look at it, Delman Young has not been the same player since that arrest in New York. You know, but then again, he's never been the same player.
He really wasn't doing too well before that anyways. You know?
No.
So you're at a 4. You're at an 8.
Yeah.
Where are you?
What was that, 1.5 last
Yeah.
week? Chalk me down for a 2.
Okay, thank you.
For a 2. I'll rise a little bit. I really, guys, you know, I'm not panicked, though, at all. We were down 7 to Cleveland last year, and look what happened. They didn't even finish 500. So, wrapping up Tiger Talk until next week. We got a weekend series with Pittsburgh. Anything,
Better
any
win
words?
2 or 3 in that series.
You want
or
2 or
maybe
3?
Sweep.
Interleague play. No reason to panic.
Yeah. Well, they are the Pirates, you know. We'll see what happens.
We got to go to Pittsburgh, though.
Yeah, later on. That's fine.
Later.
Nice park over in Pittsburgh, though. You know? It's a good-looking place. No, either way. Okay, when we come back, we're going to talk about something that I don't know, but we will figure that out here on Between Taorminas.
Video classes are now enrolling. Call 248-693-3377 to reserve your seat today. A service of Orion Neighborhood Television. This is you, and this is your community. You have a great idea, but how do you get that idea to your community? ONTV has your answer. You see, ONTV is a part of your community. We help you get your idea on cable, so everyone you know will learn about your great idea. So, what are you waiting for? Get your idea on cable and into your community. Get your idea on TV.
Welcome back to Orion Neighborhood's television production of Between Taorminas. I'm Ian Witherspoon. Got Sam, got Ant. We're here to talk a little playoffs now. Okay, we covered the Tigers. The blood has boiled a little bit. Now let's go away from home and relax a little bit. Let's talk NBA first. There it is. Some surprises, would you say?
Well, I mean, like, both LA teams are down 0-2. I mean, like,
Right.
the Lakers, you know, I thought maybe it could be 1-1, maybe going to LA.
Right.
They had a chance with
They
Steve
had a
Blake
chance.
hitting, if he shot that 3, we'd be talking about a very different series right now between the Lakers and the Thunder.
Right.
Oklahoma City is just too good. I mean, like, if you really look at it, you know.
Oklahoma City is a complete team.
Yeah, I know, but still, I mean, like, Kobe Bryant's not been the same player in this series. I mean, like, you know, you don't see a typical 30-point game, 40-point game. He might have to have another one of those games. But then again, this is not.
Accountability's got to. There's an old saying: you have to be held accountable for your own actions. If you look at Paul Gasol, Andrew Bynum, they got to hold themselves accountable for because they are not producing.
No disrespect to Mike Brown, but he's no Phil Jackson. I mean,
I know he's no Phil Jackson. He's not the Zen master. I know
the Lakers. If you really look at the Lakers, how they think, it's got to go with Phil Jackson. I mean, I think that's what's going on right now because they you don't see them do that triangle anymore. You know what I mean?
Don't you think they missed Derek Fisher as well? And you look where Derek Fisher plays for, Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City.
Yeah. Derek Fisher was something, for the Lakers, especially in the playoffs off the bench.
He started,
He started for the Lakers.
Well, yeah, he did start. But
I think
when he came off the bench.
I think one thing as well that kind of is surprising me a little bit is Miami and Indiana.
That's a surprise. That's one I would say.
That's not for me.
No?
Well,
No.
Indiana plays the complete team game. Outright physical, kind of reminds you of one team.
Kind of
Pistons.
outsize him, too.
Indiana's
especially
a
with
real.
Bosh gone.
Well, Bosh is gone. Yeah, that's a big reason for it.
Indiana, you know what I mean? They're a really good basketball team. I've really been impressed with them, they're making me change my NBA projection. I originally said that, a lot of people said Boston. I still think it's going to be Boston, but I think it's going to be Boston, Indiana. I think Miami's done in this series. I think they are. If you really look at it, if Dwayne Wade, a lot of people said Dwayne Wade's going to bounce back, but
5 points last night.
But if you really look at it, LeBron James wore down because he's forced to play that power forward position. If you really look at it, if Wade struggles, Miami, that's where Miami goes. And he had a little bit of an argument with Eric Spoelstra, the coach.
Give credit to where credit's due. Indiana, you said it best. Indiana is a very good. One person I got to give a shout out to is an old mid-continent opponent from IUPUI, George Hill, doing very well this series. He's doing so I got to give him props for that. Whenever we went against him, I always loved when Derek Nelson shut him down. I always enjoyed that. Watching George Hill do this well in the NBA is nice. Yeah. But I got to give him props because he was in the Mid-Continent Conference / Summit League, and I give props to Indiana as well.
Sure, yeah, definitely small market team. How about another surprise? I don't know if you guys are surprised about it. San Antonio Spurs.
I'm not surprised
Not
at
surprised?
all.
They're playing like they did 5 years ago.
San Antonio, experienced.
Yeah.
In this, where you're talking about the youth and the young generation, you look at the experience that San Antonio has, and one thing about San Antonio, consistent.
That's true.
You got to give them credit. You got to give Tim Duncan credit, Manu Ginobili credit, Tony Parker credit, Greg Popovich.
Yeah.
I remember the time that he had the beard and he was doing the Hecka Shack. I'll never forget that. It was hilarious. One of my favorite players to come out of San Antonio was Robert Horry.
I was surprised at the way that the Spurs have a 2-0 lead. I mean, if you look at it, but I still think the Clippers are going to tie this series too, because I think that
coming home
is going to help.
Clippers are depleted. If you looked at it, I mean, if you looked at how Griffin's injured,
I know Chris
Paul's
not 100%, Blake Griffin's not 100%, but if you really look at it, I think we haven't seen the last of Lob City. You
don't think so?
I don't know. I think they're done.
I think
they
Clippers
might win one, maybe two.
I do think Clippers are done.
Yeah. All right. Shall we move on to the NHL?
Got Boston in them.
Oh, Boston, Philly in the NBA
Doesn't
still.
surprise me about Boston. Give credit to Boston.
That's kind of a snoozer, isn't it?
That's kind of a snoozer, yep.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with Boston. I like watching Boston play.
Yeah, they're doing all right. I mean, Garnett's doing all right. Rondo doing very well. Let's move on to the Stanley Cup playoffs. Anyone surprised at the hole Phoenix dug themselves into here?
No, because LA is because I've watched LA, being in the Pacific Division with the Stars fan. LA's always been good. I mean, You know, they've had this is probably
Goaltending.
the most dangerous team they've had. They've had good goaltending, a good defense, good offense. Good offensive players that can score. I think if you look at it, I think LA's moving on. They're up 3-0 on Phoenix. I think they're gonna wrap it up and go to San Cabana.
I tweeted this morning to Andrew Shafikalis, great football player for Lake Orion, and he had said that the Kings were going to win the Stanley Cup. I think only 2 teams can prevent that from happening: the New York Rangers or the New Jersey Devils.
Who do you think it's going
The
to be?
Phoenix Coyotes, they're done.
Who do you think is going from the East?
I think it's going to be LA and New York.
Boy, that's quite the matchup for the NHL.
That would be a great matchup. Both 2 cities.
Big time cities.
Big time cities.
West
going
Coast,
each.
East Coast.
The 2 biggest cities in the
That
nation.
would make a lot of sense.
Well, I'm sure Gary Bettman would be happy about
Gary
that.
Bettman would enjoy it.
But he
you know?
owns the Coyotes, or technically.
Well,
Yeah.
LA got an ownership group in there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
They got an ownership group in there now. It's getting ready to buy the team.
Yeah.
So
So do you agree Rangers coming from the East?
I think the Rangers will. I think it's gonna be a 7-game series, but but nobody don't underestimate New Jersey.
Or Marty Brodeur.
or Martin Brodeur, because
Right.
Jersey's proven they are here to stay in the series.
Yeah.
Even though Zach Parise will be a free agent next year.
Could we see him in the wing wheel?
Nope, I'm gonna see him in the Dallas Star.
I don't know about that. All right. Any final thoughts on NHL playoffs? Goaltending.
Goaltending. You know, Phoenix doesn't have the horses to compete with LA, and LA is gonna roll.
Yep.
Put a fork in it, it's all over.
Yeah.
All over
Stick a
for
fork
Wile
in me,
Coyote.
Jerry. I'm done.
It's over for Wile E. Coyote.
Yep. Sunday comes to an end, huh?
Yep.
At the
there it
Staples
is.
Center.
Yep.
All right.
Staples.
And this segment has come to an end. We'll talk a little Jonathan VIlma, a little Roger Goodell, and our weekly call-outs next on Between Taorminas.
Can ONTV really change the way you see Orion? Can a community hold a talent show to raise mental health awareness?
ONTV, a part of Orion's history since 1986. This is you, and this is your community. You have a great idea, but how do you get that idea to your community? ONTV has your answer. You see, ONTV is a part of your community. We help you get your idea on cable, so everyone you know will learn about your great idea. So, what are you waiting for? Get your idea on cable and into your community. Get your idea on TV.
Where are we at? Here? Okay. Hey, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us. The Saints, Jonathan VIlma, out for the year, right?
Yeah.
But now he's suing
You work hard
Roger
for the
Goodell.
money.
I never thought in a commissionership that you would sue a commissioner. Like, well, this is a first, because, in my opinion, because, like, this is Roger Goodell. A lot of people use Roger Goodell as a bully, you know, and now one of the players, the Saints players, is taking action for defamation.
Right.
You know, like, I don't know how this is going to work out. I mean, like, I don't know if VIlma's going to play the entire season. I mean, like, because, like,
He's
we'll
out.
see.
he's out the season. I mean,
Right.
like, but still, there may be an appeals process. You need to file a grievance. But if you look at it, I think Jonathan VIlma's walking into dangerous territory.
Yeah.
He has every right to sue, because if you looked at it, Goodell pointed him out in the
Right.
report. Bottom line,
Well, he's the captain of that defense. You know,
he's
the
also the
linebacker.
soul of the defense.
Right.
But, you know, Goodell in that report against the Saints pointed him out specifically. VIlma has a lot of pride.
Yeah.
So all he wants to do is just play again in the NFL.
Yep.
I mean, and he sees it as he's being targeted by Goodell.
And his character is in question. That's the big issue. With
I
the
know
lawsuit,
that.
you know.
Yeah, the character.
Yeah.
And that's the point of the lawsuit, is questioning his character.
Well, the also was the NFL's not sharing a lot of evidence toward the union and the in defense. You know what I mean? Like in the plaintiffs in this case. I mean, like just show them the evidence what you got against VIlma. You know what I mean? And we'll go on.
Yeah. So do you guys think anything will come from this? Do you think it will be thrown out? You think we'll see, the court process? You think VIlma has a case? What do you guys think here?
I think VIlma's got a case. I mean, like you think if because like we don't know what the evidence is. We thought that the Open Meetings Act, you know what I mean, could really help out here with this process. I mean, like, I think we want to know. I mean, like, we want to know what the NFL found in its report, on Jonathan VIlma and what the evidence is, what the evidence is. If there's a lack of evidence, then VIlma has every single right to sue Roger Goodell. And, of course, maybe it might cost Goodell his job.
The standard has been set. The standard of a player suing an owner or a commissioner will be set with this case.
Especially Roger Goodell, the big daddy. You know what I mean? He owns sports pretty much. The NFL is a king. So it's pretty gutsy on VIlma's behalf. I don't think anything's going to come of it.
You don't think anything? I think
Goodell's too powerful.
I think there's going to be something. I think it's going to really damage Goodell's power.
I don't know. I think
Goodell's can see something
good to
happening.
Go. Well, we'll see. We'll report on it in the coming weeks. Mm-hmm. As for now, I believe we have some call-outs to tend to. And Antonio wants to go first, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Give it a go.
I've dealt with a lot of heroes in the past. I've dealt with Steve Garver, Brad Hood, Ian D. Miller, Ben Knight, Ian Weatherspoon.
Heroes.
Mm-hmm. Also with these newer kids, such as Jacob Gardner, Kyle Wood, Ryan Wood, Garrett Cloget, and others. So in this case, I'm going to focus on a guy who I feel is one of the best heroes in Chuck Norris. Walker, Texas Ranger got canceled 12 years ago. Walker, you're the main character in this series. Bottom line is, I can see you've dealt with a lot of villains in your life.
You was at SummerSlam 1983.
You've dealt with a lot of villains in your life, and that you haven't dealt with somebody that is as evil, as manipulating, as the evil mastermind like me. I can hire anyone I want. I have the looks of a villain. I act like a villain. I could be a villain. Just wear the fedora, just wear a suit, just like your typical gangster. I would love to duel you in a karate duel. I would. I think that it'd be a really good duel. I've had people talk to me about, I can beat Chuck Norris or Walker. Also, Alex Cahill. Come on, we need better damsels in distress than that. I can name several people, men, that could be better damsels in distress.
Oh no, you need a woman in that.
But bottom line is, I can beat Walker or Chuck Norris in a karate duel. I mean, just give the chance. I think that it would be really good to see if you respond to our show, or come on the show, or even accept my challenge, or even I think it'd be really good, and I think that it would be awesome to see us going to a karate duel. Do I think it'll happen? I don't know. I mean, it's up to you to decide. I mean, Tim English said that it would never happen. I don't know. We'll see. Chuck?
See you soon.
Like to hear from you. God bless America.
My next? Yeah.
I don't know. That was. I think your brother's got a death wish.
Yeah, I know he does. I'll probably go next. Probably the worst guy in all sports. He's a billionaire owner. He was a former owner. Owned three teams. The Rangers, of course, my Dallas Stars, and Liverpool FC. This guy is the biggest hypocrite in my life, man. And for what he did is so wrong to the city of Dallas, the city of Texas. This guy, Tom Hicks. Hicks, you are like biggest crybaby owner in sports. You want to make a profit with beneficiary sports teams. You have to take a $525 million loan for the Rangers and the Stars. You were a billionaire. You were a billionaire. And you destroyed 3 proud sports teams in the state of Texas. You destroyed the Rangers. Of course, they had to go through a bankruptcy proceeding. You know, you originally wanted to sell it to Nolan Ryan's group, but then, of course, the lenders stopped it, and they forced it to the Texas court, where, of course, it went to an auction. Eventually, Ryan's group got the team. Let's see, the Stars. You forced the Stars to sell to lenders. The lenders were owning the team for about 2.5 years. You know, you let Brad Richards go to New York. And then, of course, eventually, the Stars were bought in an auction in Delaware by Tom Ghilardi, forced to declare bankruptcy. But the biggest scoundrel that you did was Liverpool SC. I mean, like, if you look at that club, fans hated your guts. They still hate your guts today. They still hate your guts. I mean, like, if you, and then, of course, you're so upset about an epic swindle. Epic swindle? When you lost, when thankfully somebody stood up to you in the Royal Bank of Scotland and the board of directors at Liverpool SC. Liverpool SC is in a better place now that you are no longer in power. Tom Hicks, you're a billionaire. Your only beneficiary is greed. You're a greedy person, and that makes you a classless person. Hicks, you gave me a Stanley Cup in Dallas as an owner. Now it's time for you to move on. Move on and probably go more broke.
Okay.
Okay.
All set?
Yeah.
Did you get it all out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you get it all out?
Just a couple other people I'd like to mention real quick. Is that okay?
Yeah. Sure.
Obviously, I forgot to mention other people that instigate as well to be
these are
heroes at my
call-outs,
expense.
if these are call-outs, we should save them.
We should.
Should we save them?
Yeah.
We're running out of time.
Yeah.
Our sponsors are getting upset.
They are.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
You gotta have these suit jackets keep coming in, you know.
True.
Can't upset the sponsors.
Nope. Can you?
All right, so we're good?
Oh.
Save the call-out for next week?
Okay.
All right. Save it?
Can I send a message out real quick?
Yeah, real quick.
I encourage a lot of you guys out there, you know, if you're a mentee, someone that looks up to a mentor like myself, I've been blessed to have a lot of mentees who are really good people. You know, listen to your mentors. You have no idea how much they really care for you and how much they mean to you as a friend, you know. Really listen to them, really take what they say to heart, and you'll be a better person for it.
Okay, good. I like you always end on a positive note, you know?
I try to be positive, even if at times people think I'm negative.
No. You should listen to your younger brother.
No.
Okay. Please join us next week on Between Taorminas, same time, same place, here on Orion Neighborhood Television.
Good.